Hi BL lovers, I'm ThatBLGuy and welcome back to another 5-minute review. Today we'll be reviewing the BL drama My Dear Gangsta Oppa. University nerd Guy secretly loves his best friend Wal. To relieve the loneliness of one-sided love, Guy's hobby is playing games. It's in a game that Guy meets a kind sister named Yuri, who he later discovers is a handsome young mafia named Tew. While Guy starts to open his heart due to Tew's gentleness, he gets to know Tew's mysterious and terrifying past. My Dear Gangsta Oppa is a Thai BL drama with 8 episodes, roughly around 45 minutes per episode. Our two main leads are being played by Meen and Ping. One review says, a journey from excitement to disappointment. As a fervent meenping enthusiast and admirer of the outstanding chemistry between the actors, my initial enthusiasm for the series was at its peak. The connection they built in Ailong 9 left me emotionally invested in what seemed to be another promising installment. However, as the plot unfolded, the roller coaster of emotions turned into a tumultuous journey with more downs than ups. The first episodes were a delight, offering compelling moments and acceptable action scenes that held my attention. However, as we approached the conclusion, the plot seemed to lose its way, careening downhill without breaks. The figure of the villain Kenji, or as I prefer to call him, turned out to be a monumental letdown. Far from embodying the genuine malevolence I expected, he became a confusing and unconvincing character. Adding to the disappointment, many of the secondary characters seemed to contribute nothing substantial to the narrative. Their presence felt extra, lacking the depth of development needed to enhance the overall story. Moreover, the action scenes in the final episode were a particular low point. It appeared as though the mobsters had never handled a weapon in their lives. The choreography and execution was subpar, detracting from the intensity and realism that should accompany such crucial moments in a series of this genre. Additionally, the feeling that they attempted to hastily wrap up the last episode without care contributed to a rushed and disappointing final experience. Now, getting to my own personal opinion, My Dear Gangsta Oppa, I went into blindly. I did not know what to expect at all from the show. I did not know the two actors. I just recently found out they played in a series together before, but yeah. And I guess that probably explains why they have pretty good chemistry, which I really did enjoy. Personally, I know I'm jumping the gun here, but I still feel like Wal and Guy should have probably ended up together. That's just my take on it. I really love the two of them together. I just feel like that's a more healthy relationship. That would have been a more healthy relationship than the one Guy has with Tew. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents there. Yeah, the action scenes weren't the best, obviously not, but I really did still enjoy them. Like, they were decent enough. It's still better than a lot of other series that I've watched that has like mafia characters in them, so I feel like it's pretty decent. They did a pretty good job with that. Kenji, I really hated that guy, but like I feel like he did a good, like the actor did a really good job portraying his character. Like I really did enjoy it. It's just some places it just felt like, of course, didn't make sense in times, but maybe that's just because his character hasn't been properly set up like from the beginning. Well, that's just my take on it, obviously, but yeah, I feel like they could have developed his character a little bit more, just as to why he was doing the things he was doing. Obviously there was explanation, but it just seemed so like nonsensical in my personal opinion. And then there was the obvious like break up to protect you scene that just, it irked me so much. I hated it. I was screaming at the TV. And yeah, overall, I don't know, there's so many things that were good about the show, but also there's so many things that were pretty bad about the show. But overall, I did actually enjoy it for what it was. Nothing special, nothing I'm probably going to remember over the next couple of months, but I still really did enjoy it for what it was, and I had fun with it. So yeah, moving on to my overall rating. For story, I obviously love a good mafia story. This one just wasn't executed as well as certain shows, so I feel like story should get a proper 6 out of 10. And then for the acting, I obviously do feel like the actors did a pretty decent job. Like there was no one point where I felt like, okay, come on, push more. Well, there were certain times, but it was minimal, so I probably think the acting was pretty good. So acting is gonna get an 8 out of 10. Music, I did enjoy the intro song, like for the titles and everything. That was pretty good. Other than that, music wasn't very memorable to me, so music is also gonna get a 6 out of 10. And rewatch value, I enjoyed it for what it was, but do I ever see myself rewatching this? No. So for rewatch value, I'm going to give a 3 out of 10. Yeah. So that was my overall rating and review of My Dear Gangsta Oppa. I really did love like the healthy relationship between Wall and Guy. Just like the way they talked everything out, even after like Wall told him that he liked him. They were like giving each other space, still needing to come to terms with his feelings, figure stuff out first before they move anything further. Like I really loved that whole conversation and how that plot point played out. In my personal opinion, it played out very, very well. I just would have hoped and wished that they would have ended up together, but you know, that's just wishful thinking.